I figure I'll do a video for this because no one's ever done a video on these Jeep ZJs, like actually taking the dashboard apart, and kind of what's involved to get to the heater core and all that shit. So you will need a power tool for this, I believe. Mine came with the rivets drilled already, but there's a rivet right here below the glove box, and then one right here. So you gotta drill that out, and then these are just screws. So 4 screws. And then I'm gonna take these 4 screws out, and there's 2 here, and 2 in here, way back, if you can see them. That one, and the one over here, not that one. And then a bunch on the other side. So I'll go take those out and I'll show you more actually on that side. So a little update actually real quick. I just took 2 of the screws out from here. That's all I've done since the last clip. And 2 of them are longer than the other ones. So for reference here, you can see these are the regular ones that are almost everywhere in the car. And then these are the 2 longer ones that I just pulled out. I'm not exactly sure which order they were in, if they were the side ones or the middle 2, but I'm sure they've been taken out before, so I'm sure if I even knew which ones they were, they're probably in the wrong spot. Oh, and then there's also 1 screw on the side, on each side. All right, so I just took the ones out down here. See, that's where they go, and then there's this one side again. And then the next thing you want to do is pull these out. Try and be delicate, they do break. So don't break those. Toss that in the back. And then do on the other side here. So I need like a 0.5, there we go. This one comes out pretty easy because it's already broken. Couple spots, but we'll put that back. Then you want to take this screw out. Come on, we're done. So you take this screw out, this one, this one, this one. Can't even see that one. Right here, one down here. Another one right here, one right here, this one, and then all of the screws that are up here as well. So I'm just gonna take those out, and then I'll take this off, and then this bottom piece down here. All right, I'm back, just took it out. So you can kind of lift it up from anywhere. It's really easy if you got like a flat head. You can just get under here from the get-go. Otherwise you have to kind of pull and pry and do whatever, but just make sure you actually have all the screws out. Pops out, and you're done. Toss that aside, and then I think for the whole dashboard being out, you're only gonna take these out, and these. But once I get to that, I guess we'll find out. Lay down. I got a broken clip, and now I got someone else. Wherever it is. Yeah, I got the other one somewhere in a bin. I feel like you can just epoxy it back on, but I don't know how well it'd hold, or if it's worth it or not. But next thing you want to do, I forgot about that one. So we'll get that out. And you can pretty much just take this whole piece out. Just wiggle it. Throw that back. Ugh. Cool. And then you can take this side out. So this kind of comes off as one piece for some reason. I forgot to take the screws over there out. So I guess I'll do that and be back. All right, got it out. Pretty much just fell apart, actually. And then you want to take off, you can see it, these for a cigarette lighter. There's one beneath it. Actually, this side is probably better. There's this one. that out. And this one for the power outlet, once again, kind of hard to see. There you go. And then you can move this out of the way. I don't think I had to, but all right. All right, the light, this one wasn't even in last time, so just pull that out. And then this last one right there. All right, it's out. Let's set this to the side. I just went and take these out just because I didn't really know what to do next, but just 3 screws. I think there were only 2 for this one, 3 for this one, and then 3 more for this one. So 1, 2, 3, something like that. So not a big deal. I think one of these you already used to take out the dashboard, and this one, which is weird, this one's going to be a little different, I guess, from yours. Or the typical like V8 application of the 4-liter. And then the next thing after I did that, I was like, what? And then I remembered I have to take this whole dashboard cover plate off all the way around, and there's a bunch of screws. So I remember doing that one last time. That sucked because I didn't really have the right bit. It sucked more because I'm in an apartment parking lot. Not even really supposed to be in, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna take that out. All right, so this is what I came up with. Just 1/4 inch ratchet if it'll turn. It's not even on the thing, the socket the whole way. This is just really to get it started, but I want to show you on this one because I think it's arguably the hardest. So you can see there's just enough room. And only really gotta do it a few turns, but this is pretty much just what I've been doing. And then once you get to a certain point, you can just pull this off and not drop the bit, take it out, and you're done. So, and this isn't even magnetized in there, so that's pretty much just what I'm doing. Only taking the screws out of, I've actually already dropped one inside the dashboard, so I just thought it'll be fun to get out, or if it ever comes out. And then yeah, they're like just past hand tight. You can see right there, it's already probably loose. Or not. Yeah, so not super tight, but, and they were about this tight anyway, last time I took the dashboard apart. So that's just what I've been doing. Let me see if there are any more screws other than this one, and then I'll see if the dashboard's loose or whatever needs to still come out. Alright, so almost immediately after I turn the video off, figure out what happens. So you got 2 screws here. Go back to regular zoom. So 2 screws here. So do you even have those 2 screws? I guess not, but I know you've got this one here, and then this one on the other side, and then you gotta take these covers off. And try not to break them, because taking them off a zillion times, they never break, and then all of a sudden, it snaps right on you. You're like, okay, that's nice. And they're just clipped in there, so you just kind of gotta actually pull diagonally, even though you can really only pull down. So pop these off on each side, get those screws out, and you should be good to go. Okay, so I did actually have to take these 2 screws out, and then this little thing, I don't even know what it is. It's already broken. Okay, well, I don't know what the hell that's for, but I guess it broke off already. Okay, so don't break it. Pro tip, don't break that, whatever that is. But it was just way up here like this, so Okay. I guess I'll JB weld that back together. But then you just gotta pull up on this little tab here to get it over the little plus sign. And then you can kind of just pull this whole thing off very slowly. On each side, and then you can just lift it up and out. So I might, and no, I'm not even gonna try setting this camera up. I'm just gonna take it out. You just lift it up, and then I'm gonna throw it either in the back or something, I don't know. All right, wrestled out. It's actually really easy. You just had to grab it pretty much from where the radio is, up, lifted it. I think other than these screws, which are not much easier to grab now, they're not nearly as hard. So that one, I'm gonna keep going over here. I think there's one more right there. What else? I know there's a whole wiring harness you gotta like disconnect. That's under here. And then I think there's one on that side you might have to disconnect, but I'm gonna get these screws out and we'll see what else we gotta do here. All right, so this is the setup, a long bar, and then, you know, regular extension, 10 mil. It gets a screw that's right here. I already got it, but it'd be right there. So get that one there. All of these screws are 10 mil. Thank you, Chrysler. And then we'll go back to the other side, but there's a 10 mil here on the other side, and then there's one in that little cover right over here. Way in there, you can see the hole for it. But you do have to drop this whole thing, so the screws for that are here. And then you can tell it's already getting a little loose. As loose as this can be. Once again, there's a wiring harness over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these two screws that are down here. All right, got that out. Once again, two 10 millimeters. And then it just drops down. And then you've got a couple 13s over here that you're gonna wanna get out. One way the hell down there. I remember taking both of these bottom ones out. I'm not sure if you just need to take the top out, but I'm gonna take both out, get this whole fucking bracket out of the way, because I remember it being annoying. And then these two are the top ones here, the shorter, with the smaller washer, versus these bigger ones, and a longer screw. So these ones go on the bottom, here, and here. And then I think we can just pull this bracket out or something. Yeah, there we go. So we'll get that out of the way. All right, and then I just took this screw out. It's a 10 mil. All right, so there were actually two extra bolts. This is what I was looking for, I forgot. So you know how you pulled this down, you took that bracket out. There's two more screws right there. So one on this side and then one on the other. That you gotta pull the fuck out of this carpet to get to. Most people just cut the carpet and live with it, but I don't know if I'm ready to do that, especially if this is the last time or a once in a while job. Let's see if I can get this bright enough. But the bolts right there, and then they're studs. So they're welded onto this, and you have to, when you pull the whole dashboard, you have to, wow. You have to kind of push it back while you tilt the whole dashboard up. And then you can pull it out. So one of those motions, but I think that's the last one. So let me see if I can get this at least off these studs on each side. All right, so I was able to get it actually a fair bit forward. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's definitely tilted more forward. And then once again, there's still a wiring harness there that you gotta disconnect if you wanna pull this whole dashboard out. That's what I wanna show you. That's what I wanna do this time. But you still gotta take like all of these fucking things out. You gotta pop the clip out, and then you gotta pull these out, and this is a good time to take a break. All right, cool. All windows rolled up, no casualties. All right, I'm back. Fresh drinks, pissed, phone's charged. Let's take these out. So battery's disconnected. think we just gotta take these off on each side. And then after that, we'll take the one over there. So I don't think there's any good way to set you up for this, but all you're really doing is just pushing this tab out all the way and then pulling down. So, hey, that looks like the original fan connector. That's crazy. Okay. And same thing for all these. This one's got 2, and these ones I'll have to figure out because there's a little, you have to like pull it on both sides, so that sucks. But same old, same old. I'll save you the trouble or the time. All right, this was gonna be super easy. They really are. You just push these little clips down. And I had them in order too, so they weren't that hard. But this last one, I don't know what the fuck, but I can't pull. Oh, I can't. Oh wow, that's really difficult. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's just right up against the wall, so you can't even really grab your nail on it. But okay, well, pro tip for that one, I guess. But other than that, I think that's it. So we're good on this harness. Even got these out. Now we're on the other side. Nice. All right, on this side we got this little fuse cover here. Pull that off. This thing you can pretty much just pry off. 2 screws. This one was on the top for me, and then this one was on the bottom. And this one that looks kind of like a half screw is holding it on right here. So you just kind of pull that little piece off. Next thing is this antenna. It does unsocket, it's just kind of a pain. From which side? I can't remember. I think it's these two, not these two. But who knows? And then you gotta wrangle all these connectors out. See if I can, there we go. Okay, so yeah. You gotta pull all these. I wanna try and do them one by one and actually on camera, so I remember which goes where. But this should give you an alright representation. So we'll just work on taking those out slowly. And I think we're done. Alright, so I got all of these out. Except for this one, I just don't think I need to because it's not attached to this main harness. So we'll see. Man, they suck. They're awful. You just have to press this down. But they're just so locked in there. Like, it's just so hard to get out without breaking at least like the plastic piece on top. And once again, they're color coded. So this was the only one that's kind of off because it's this one, which is like turquoise or like not really like this blue. See, they don't really line up like that. But I think we're good here too. So I'm gonna see. Okay. So you gotta take this off. This is the brake switch sensor. Pull this out so you don't struggle with it. All these, that's perfect. Glad we took those out. Pretty much good. We're really just like hanging on that thing. And then I'll walk to the other side. Okay. On this side, only other thing we had to take off was this connector and the white one from this foam thing. And where is it? This connector. So they were just way up close. Way back here. You just unplug them. Then you still have to pry it out under here. All right, I got it pulled out more. Just lifted from here and under. Just pulled it out, but I'm at the point where I just don't want to disconnect more stuff, but I got the access I need. So there's a wiring harness right here. You can see it go down. It actually hooks right here and then up into there, and I'm not taking all that shit out plus this thing. So I'm just gonna leave it. Doesn't really matter. I've got the access I need. So we'll walk back over here. And this is all I needed access to anyway. So I've got everything I need. I might scoot that a little bit forward. Maybe I can, I don't know, slide it over a little bit. I know it's just really hung up on the park, whatever. And then this is what we need access to right here. We'll get this one undone. All right, gotta pull these two things off. They're just mounted right here. I think this white and then black. I think they go like that. So I just pulled them out. They've been out for a while. Right here, there's a bolt that you got to get. That's a 10 mil. Oh, that one's definitely still hooked up. Who did that? A stud here. Right here. That was a 10. And then you gotta, obviously you gotta undo these. I had a vacuum line. That's been broken for a while, but just been using this. So pretty easy to take that off. I'm gonna take these two out. That's a pain in the ass. There's one 10 mil right there. Just unplug this. And just want to correct that. I said they were 12s or a 10 mil. They're an 11. Oh, that one's definitely still hooked up. Who did that? Yeah, check this out. So, couldn't figure out why it wasn't coming off. There's another screw right there. Who keeps putting these there? Luckily, this thing was already unbolted from these two screws. So I didn't even have to take these two off. It just kind of slid out. It clips into its own little thing. I don't know if it's that easy to see, but I'm gonna just take that 11 mil out and I think we're done. I think you're just gonna have to hold on with this. Something like that. And sideways, but we should be good here. I know this side's loose. You can see that now. I pulled this carpet back. I'm not sure you can even see it. I pulled this carpet back just to see if I could get a screw on anything here, but I guess not. So, oh yeah, that whole thing's loose. So, just want to make sure everything's unplugged. This doesn't matter. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna try and yank it out. I think we're good. We're gonna have to somehow get it up. Oh, just like that. Okay. I just wanted to get it over the floor thing. Yeah, all right, I'm just gonna pull it out. Try and get a hold on it. There it goes. Trying to get it over this bracket from earlier. Might have to take this off, but I don't think there's a whole lot of it that I can actually take off. It's stuck somewhere else. Might be off here, and then I know there's another tab here, I think. But that's gonna be a pain in the ass to get that out. So do I have a flat? No. Okay. Trying to just get this whole thing out of the way. so hard to do when you're bending all the way over from standing out the car. All right, that'll be fun to get back in. Okay. There we are. We're out. Holy shit, we got it. Whole fucking thing. No way. You can see there's the engine bay. Close the hood. Wow. All right, so 1998. This was the only screw I had to do on the, or the only stud I had to do on the inside. And that attached here to this with the gold nut that's down here somewhere. Nothing else on the inside I had to unscrew. There's a random stud over there. I don't know what that's for. It's all just in the engine bay. So I'll show you where these are, but one here behind the ECU, one down below, so there's this screw, and then the bracket for the ECU goes here, and there's these two screws, one above it, one below it, and then one way over here to the right of the heater core, and that's it. There wasn't actually one under there, like I said. All right, let's get this out of here. All right, you can't even tell that the flashlight's on here. I think this is the electric blend door or something like that. Heater core still has coolant in it, and then we've got to take like this whole thing apart. You can see there's a seam all the way around, so this got to flip upside down. But here, here's a better look of where you'd be at in the engine bay. Try and hold it here for a second or two. Just one more time. Heater hose. One stud to the left of these AC lines. One way down. The two ECU studs are here in the firewall. And then this one's right behind the ECU bracket. So that's all you need to do to get them out. I've never seen someone actually show this, or really any of that process. Don't worry about that rug. So I just wanted to be as detailed as possible with it. I know I've got a 98. I know it's different for the 95s or pre-OBD2 because they've got a whole vacuum thing and whatever on the underside. But all right, so I skipped a few steps. So I'll just count the screws here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All for that. And then this one extra was for this, whatever it is, because I just noticed it's broken. So that screw is all fucked up. And this screw right here is what I took out. And before I get this all disconnected and I break these plastic clips and I can never get them back again, this is where you disconnect it. So you have to get in with like a flat blade screwdriver or something, and you like twist this top piece. This top piece, you actually put the knife in, or flat blade under here, pry down and twist or push it in this direction or this direction. So let me see if I can do that and get this off without breaking it. I'll show you what I did here. I just went in, focus, one of these days. I just went in here and pried out, and that was good enough. So now I can bend this out, close my knife, and probably mark where that is. Let's see if I can get this on video. Reference, how many screws is, or how many threads is that out? So this thread is flush. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the little half right at the top. So 4.5. All right, cool. And there's that broken thing. Cool little duct, I guess. It didn't last. Let me see if I can get this out. I think that's a little dirty. All right, so here's the update. I got the new one in. There's actually a little channel for this foam to go in. You can pretty much line it up with the screw on this side, and then same on the other side. See, there's a little, and it kind of gets closer on both sides at that point. So I'm not exactly sure if it's all the way in. Looks all the way in, but and I got some extra foam for this, but this is just kind of what I tried to recycle from the old setup, but I've got some new foam and some spray adhesive, so try and replicate this.